Hey everybody, I've added a new bike to my riding stable. So this is a Redline Metro 9 and I didn't really buy this bike. When I upgraded to my Surly Moonlander fat bike, and then I gave all the parts off my fat bike to my brother and he had to order a larger frame. The bike shop said they were interested in buying my size small Pugsley Necromancer frame, but I said, but I had been eyeing up this bike, and I was interested in it, but I wasn't really interested enough to pay money for it, kind of at the time. So I said, well, how about you give me that bike for the frame? So I traded the frame for this bike. I've already made some changes to it. It's oriented basically as a commuting bike, and that's why I bought it, basically for my commute to work. And I have made some changes. So originally it did come with a set of full fenders, front and rear. I took those off. I have kept them. Whether I'll ever use them is a different story. It came with some crappy tires, not particularly good quality. So I have had some Continental 28 millimeter gator skins laying around, so I've mounted them on here. They fit with still a fair bit of clearance, so I think I could even get fatter tires on this bike if I wanted to, which is good. The handlebar it originally came with was a little bit of a riser bar. Sorry, I've had to do some makeshift lighting here because the lighting in this place isn't all that great. So originally came with a little bit of a riser bar on it, and I didn't want that, so I traded it in for this particular bar. They said they'd switch it up for, I just asked for an aluminum flat bar, but what they had laying around there, this is actually a old school carbon fiber bar. This is from the Nuke Proof brand, the original Nuke Proof brand from the 90s. So this is actually, it's an aluminum bar wrapped in carbon fiber. From the early days of carbon fiber bike parts, they actually had it laying around, and it was actually a long, continuous kind of bar. So I had them trim it. So I had them trim it to a size that I liked. Originally, it would have been a very expensive handlebar, probably over $100. It never sold, and they found it during inventory, so they said they'd swap it out. I'm like, sure. I'll take that handlebar, and I think it's going to be a pretty sweet setup. So I got them to wrap it with bar tape. I have a mountain bike grip. The one thing with the bar is it's actually, the diameter is narrow, so it's actually not really comfortable to hold on its own. So it needed the bar tape, and it's a nice thickness now. He did double wrap it. Yeah, so it's a chromoly frame, matching chromoly fork. I like the fact that it's a nice matching paint job there. It is a single front chainring, so there's no front derailleur, no front shifter, nice and simple. It comes with a 42 tooth chainring. I got them to put on an 1128 cassette on the back, so 4211 for my commute to work. Yeah, for the majority it should be a big enough of a gear. I do have the occasional downhill where I might be spun out, but for the most time, I think 4211 with 700C tires, you'd have to be going over 41, 42K an hour to be completely spun out, and it'll be rare that I'll be going that fast. I've moved recently, so my ride to work has immediately, I have almost 10 minutes of sustained uphill. So with the 42 tooth chainring, I decided to go with a 28 on the back. So, there'll be some days where, I want to hammer to work and I will push hard, but there will be days where I want some sort of easier climbing gear to get up that first 10 minutes of uphill before I get on some flatter terrain and some downhill that I have on my ride to work. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to getting a chance to ride this bike. It's probably going to be my main commuting bike because I've moved further away from where I was living before from work. So I like, my magic number for my ride to work is about 30 minutes. If it starts getting longer than 30 minutes, some days I'll end up skipping my ride to work. And it's just in the morning, because I have to get to work at a specific time. And once it starts getting longer than 30 minutes, I have to get up earlier, all that kind of stuff. I am not a morning person. I don't have a problem. There's plenty of times on my way home I will alter my route to make it take longer, but in the morning I try to keep it around 30 minutes. So with this bike, because it's nice and fast, you know, my ride to work will probably be between like 32-35 minutes, which is completely acceptable for distance for me in the morning, for time wise anyways. So yeah, what else can we talk about this bike? So very simple. It's not a high-end bike by any means, but it's got decent quality components. So it's a SRAM X5 rear derailleur, 9-speed SRAM cassette, SRAM X5 shifter, no front derailleur, so nice and simple, save some weight there. Basic Tektro brakes with road style calipers, and they're actually quite powerful. With good clearance for fatter tires. The wheels again are simple. They're no-name hubs with Alexa G2000 rims that look actually quite strong, and they're 32 hole wheels, 32 spoke wheels, so they'll be nice and strong. And yeah, I want strong wheels for my ride to work, especially if I'm going to be using road-sized tires, because it's kind of an urban assault kind of ride. There's going to be plenty of bunny hopping curbs, jumping off curbs. Yeah, kind of riding an aggressive urban assault kind of style. And that's another reason why I prefer mountain bike style handlebar for my ride to work, or just urban riding in general, because I like to have my fingers right on the brake levers at all times when dealing with traffic or potholes, having to jump. You know, you never know where you're going to have to immediately get on the brakes. And for, you know, slicing and dicing with traffic, bunny hopping, jumping, I think a mountain bike bar is superior. Sure, I lose some aerodynamics, blah, 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 but no big deal. And the ride's not long enough that I need a million different hand positions for hand comfort. So, yeah, just a quick introduction video of my new Redline Metro 9. Thanks for watching.